If you've been paying attention, you know that I love this book, and we've been talking specifically about Ray Dalio and his 5-step process to getting what you want. So just to recap, the first thing, you've got to have clear goals. Number 2, you're going to encounter problems. You've got to identify and not tolerate those problems. The third step is diagnosing to get the root cause of those problems and identify them. The fourth step, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is designing a plan. We need to be able to design a plan. Once we've identified what our goals are and something's come up that's interfered with the attainment of those goals, we need to be able to design a plan to get around what's in our way. And that's all about the step 4 is diagnosing. But once you've diagnosed, getting a clear plan of how you're going to achieve your goals and work around those problems is super critical. So we're going to talk about the essential elements of a good plan, and then give you some action items. The first thing to be aware of is that you need to be able to look down on your circumstance and your problem from the higher level, and really understand that the outcomes you're achieving, if they're not what you want, are outcomes produced by a machine. So you need to be able to look at everything that's happening in your life and as it relates to that issue or that goal, and identify the elements of the machine that are not functioning properly. The second thing to think about, and Ray Dalio talks about designing a plan as analog to writing a movie script, in the sense that you have to understand who is going to do what through time. So a couple key elements there. One is you have to be able to specify when something's going to happen. So that's the element of through time. But also another important thing is that most movies, there are multiple actors and multiple integral actors and important actors in a movie, right? And so if this is something I've experienced where I know that I needed help in figuring out how to improve my marketing acumen and understanding and how we go about doing that within WPT. So I've hired consultants to try to help us understand and navigate that reality, because it's just not something that I've ever been formally trained on and understand very well. The third and final piece of a really well thought out and designed plan is something that's written down and that's something that can be measured against. Just related to the goals as we've talked about in previous videos. If it's not clearly communicated so that everyone can see it, everyone involved understands what their role is and what the expectations are, and how it's going to be measured against, then you're just never going to be able to follow through and know if your design worked. So that's a huge element, making sure that you can measure against it. So those are the 3 elements of a really well-designed plan. In the next video, we're going to talk about the 5th and final piece of the 5-step process of getting what you want, and that is pushing through to completion. That's the hard work. That's the doing. We're going to talk about the next video, but stay tuned. So stay tuned for that. But if you have any questions, any follow-up, any feedback, please share, likes, comment, subscribe. We'd love to interact with you. So let us know how we can help you.